This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Friends, I am so glad you're here with me today. With us today. Welcome. Happy new church year. What? Is that confusing? Maybe you forgot, but Advent, which started last Sunday, is the beginning of the church year. So it's the New Year celebration for the church. How cool is that? I know, way cool, way cool. So friends, tell me, why are you glad this day? Think about it. Why are you glad? I can share why I'm glad. I'll go first. I am glad, I am rejoicing because Advent is my favorite season of the church year. Now remember, Advent is a time of preparation. It's not about the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, which does look a lot different this year, but it's about waiting. It's about waiting for the coming of Jesus as a baby to us. Remember, they also called Jesus Emmanuel, which means God with us. Oh, friends, I love getting out my Advent wreaths and my Advent calendars. I love following along with Advent Word. Oh, wait, you don't know what Advent Word is? Oh, let me tell you. No, let me show you. So here's the graphic. Here's the calendar for Advent Word for 2020. It's like a global online Advent calendar with a different word for each day of Advent. Advent Word encourages folks to look at the word of the day and see what that means to you. Some folks take a picture that relates to that word, or they draw what the word means to them. Some write poems or haikus. St. James is participating, and here's our post for this week. Here's our post for the first day, which the word was tender. Oh, there's Carson with that little puppy. Then the next day was deliver. Oh, it's the Gables porch, like we deliver the food that they collect on the porch. Oh, one of my favorites, strengthen. There's Dolly in front of her hand weights. Earth. Oh, Sarah painted those numbers for the preschool last year when we did the days of creation. Oh, rebuild. Yes, that's a good one too. Yeah, that was the Legos. So the Acolytes and some of us went to the National Acolyte Festival in 2019. Oh, wow, that was a long time ago. And the Washington National Cathedral had there was an earthquake in Washington a few years ago, and it damaged some of the spires, the top parts of the cathedral. And so they were rebuilding, they were doing this Lego activity where they were building the cathedral in Legos, and you could do it, and that money was going towards the restoration, the rebuilding. Ooh, and here's fellowship. Nice. I do love that picture of our Gap kids in the kitchen helping make dinner one night. Oh, and then this one for glory. It's Topher in all of his glory. That is really glorious. All right, friends. And what's cool is that you can go online and see what pictures others have shared. I know some of our members have shared pictures, and Father Josh. It is very, very cool. I also have this Advent Word praying in color calendar. See this? That I've been working on each day. I enjoy that. So friends, now it's your turn. In a second, I want you to pause the video and ask whoever might be around you what they are joyful for. What are they rejoicing about? What are they glad about? Topher and I will be here when you get back. Ready, set, pause. And we're back. Alrighty, friends. Let's get ready for our time together. So go find your orange backpacks, and then find your orange envelope. Take out the pages for week 9, and that's Blessed are the Peacemakers. And let's see what else. Oh, your notebooks. Remember, mine is yellow. I also have that sketchbook that I use with the older youth. Got them. Awesome. So remember last week we talked about what it meant to be pure in heart, right? The beatitude was, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And we said that to be pure in heart is to show love for God, for your neighbor, and for yourself. So for God, your neighbor, and yourself in how we act, speak, and think. And then remember we talked about integrity as an important part of this, and that if you're a person of integrity, when you are a person of integrity, when your outside actions match the person you are on the inside. When you live from your integrity and your purity of heart, you do kind and helpful things because you love God and you love your neighbor. You aren't focused on how it makes you look or what kind of reward might be in it for you. I use the example that maybe you empty the dishwasher because you know that that's a way to show love to the grown-ups in your life. Or you clean up your toys and markers because this makes the house a nice, safe, and loving place for everyone in the family. You don't do those things so you can earn an allowance or more screen time. You do it because you're pure in heart. Friends, don't forget to send me pictures or videos of your purely me poems or creations. I'd love to see them and share them with everyone. Remember, send it to chris@stjamesbirmingham.org and we'll share it here. All right. So as we get ready to hear this week's beatitude, let me ask you some questions to start. What comes to your mind when you think of the word peace? What comes to your mind when you think of the word peace? Oh, that's good. The opposite of war. Right. Okay, I hear that. A lack of conflict. Okay. Calmness. Well, that's another good one. Like tranquility. Nice. Oh, that's an interesting one. Peace like a greeting, like peace be with you. Ooh, that's a good one. Very appropriate. Peace like being in harmony with one another. Oh, I like that. These are all great answers. Thank you. So here's my next question. What do people mean when they say they want some peace and quiet? What do you think? That you should be quiet. Yeah, that's mostly for you and your siblings to stop fighting. Yeah, okay, I get that. These next two might be a bit harder. Have you ever been quiet but not at peace? Have you ever been quiet but not at peace? Yeah. Maybe when something is bothering you and you got into an argument with somebody, right? Oh, so you went to your room and you were quiet, but you most certainly were not at peace. You were upset and unsettled. Yeah, that's a great example. Thank you. Yeah. So here's my next question. Have you ever been at peace, but not quiet? Yeah, that's a good one. You might be celebrating something or someone, so you wouldn't be quiet. Yeah, but you'd feel peaceful. Yeah, okay. Those are great answers and comments. Way to go, friends. So now it's that time in our video segment for checking in from home, your home. Oh, what's that? Oh, friends, my producers are telling me that we have no one to check in with this week. Well, that makes me a bit sad. So friends, please send in the things that you've been working on, pictures of or videos, or I'd love for us to check in from your home next week. Remember, send them to chris@stjamesbirmingham.org. No, Topher, you don't have your own email address. Why? Because you don't have your own computer. Topher, we'll talk about this later. Sorry. All right. So we're here again today in the Undercroft. It's what I call my office in the basement of my home. Topher's here too, in case you didn't figure that out already. He has on his motorcycle jacket. He's feeling very hip today. And no, he doesn't own a motorcycle. He just likes how he looks in the jacket. He does look good. I have on one of my new favorite sweatshirts, made in the image of God. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. All right, so we are ready to share the next beatitude. Now remember, these teachings of Jesus are also called the Sermon on the Mount, because Jesus goes up the mountain to teach his followers, and folks followed Jesus that day because they really wanted to hear him speak. Jesus told them about God's kingdom. And remember, you can think of a kingdom as the way the world works or is set up. And in God's kingdom, there is abundance. And remember, abundance means more than enough food, more than enough honor, more than enough love, more than enough money and power and resources for every child of God. And remember, how many beatitudes are there? Yes, there are 9. 9 beatitudes. Jesus lists 9 ways people are blessed. And to be blessed meant to be happy or satisfied. So, to recap, here are the beatitudes that we've studied already. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. So let's hear what Jesus has to say next. Blessed are the peacemakers, for these will be called children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for these will be called children of God. Peacemakers, those who work to make peace for others and for themselves. Friends, peace is so important. And there are so many symbols for peace around the world, so many ways that in different languages you can say it, but so many symbols. People recognize doves as a symbol of peace, olive branches as a symbol, and then there's all these peace signs and peace hand signs as images that bring us together. In fact, if you look up peace in your emojis, you'll find a few of those symbols on some of your devices. We say peace to describe being calm and still and not disrupted. The kind of peace that Jesus talked about was much more than calm or quiet or lack of conflict. For Jesus, true peace was what he and his followers called shalom. Can you say that with me? Shalom. Shalom means wholeness and wellness. Shalom meets all of your needs, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual needs. They're all met and lovingly cared for. Have you ever felt that kind of peace? Think about it. I think I have a few times. It's glorious. There were many people listening to Jesus who did not experience this kind of shalom. And there are many today who do not either. Now, here's a little history lesson. In Jesus' time, Rome conquered many different people's lands and forced Roman laws and customs onto them. They called it the Pax Romana, meaning peace within Rome. This did not feel like peace to the people whose lands and lives they took over. Rome thought it was peace because they squelched anyone who had a different view or belief than they did. It may have been quiet in Rome, but it didn't feel peaceful. There wasn't conflict, but it was a fake kind of peace. There's a long history, friends, a long history across the world of governments taking over people and land, saying that they will bring peace, but instead imposing laws that hurt and oppress. To truly create peace or shalom for everyone, we must use our voices and what power we have to bring justice, not just say that we want peace. Have you ever heard the phrase, no justice, no peace? Where have you seen or heard it before? Yeah, people have been chanting no justice, no peace during protests since I was a kid, since the 70s and the 80s. It means there won't be wholeness or peace until there is justice among us. When some of us are treated unfairly, that injustice creates trouble and pain. On the other hand, if there is justice, our community is safe and peaceful because everyone's needs are lovingly cared for and met. Friends, God desires peace and wholeness among all people, young and old, abled and disabled, among all genders, between nations, and among all expressions of faith. Remember, God's peace is not a fake peace. It's a deep wholeness that is sometimes disruptive. This is why Jesus blessed the peacemakers. So, on your family pages, there are 4 discussion questions that I would love for you to work on, think about, discuss with your family and friends. Maybe you could interview family members to see their answers to these questions as well. Here are the questions. What does peace mean to you? What does it look like to be a peacemaker here and now? Why do you think there can't be peace until there is justice? How can you be a peacemaker in your own community? You can answer all of these questions, or you can focus on one of them. You can write, you can draw, you can videotape. And then what should you do? Yes, that's right. You should send them in to me at chris@stjamesbirmingham.org. And remember to also use your notebook to hold all of your coloring pages and maybe your notes, because it's a notebook. That makes sense to me. All right, friends, it's time for our blessing. And remember, in Jesus' time, to be blessed meant to be happy to the fullest and greatly honored, considered amazing. So friends, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and bring you peace. And may you be a peacemaker and share that peace with others. You are blessed and you are a blessing to others. See you next week, my friends. Bye-bye.